another issue, especially after what we were dealing with for these past 2 years. A lot of people have lost their Social Security and can't really retire. They're raising the age of retirement. People, older folks have lost their Social Security. I was actually hearing one story, actually a couple of stories, but one particular story about this one lady. She was a day before retiring. She was like one day. She only had one more day before she retired, and her job fired her.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, and I definitely want to hear your take on this. So, in like these situations, I totally understand why, and I think how things are moving, because it's like me and my other friend talk where, by the time we become that age, we're probably not going to have Social Security. We're probably going to have to hope, and we're probably going to have to freaking work till our legs fall off, which is kind of jacked up. And that's probably just something that I maybe a concern, something I want to talk to you about. It's the second half of that of how hard it is for people to retire these days. And just, I mean, to me, it's jacked up. It's fucked up, and I don't agree with it at all. I think we should, especially when you get that old. I mean, to me, we should be taking care of our elders. Nobody should be. I mean, people should have. I believe that we should be giving people reasons to retire and giving them more like breaks or whatever so they can retire and move aside than having to make people, because whatever reason, they got to stick on the job or have to find a new one when they should be, they lived a full life, they raised kids, they had a family, and now, it's time for them to relax. And because some BS happened, like firing somebody a day before you're about to get your retirement, that's kind of up. And I see that's an issue. So in that situation, I understand why older folks still got to keep working when they're messing with the retirement. So I guess to the second half of of this conversation, what do you think about that?
I mean, my my supervisor, he's gonna retire in about a year and like a month or whatever. And
That's
he
cool.
said, so I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. He was like, yeah, I'm about to turn 66, and he said he's about to retire. I think 2023 or whatever. And I was like, okay, so just gonna chill out, play some golf or whatever, just straight up old man or whatever. And oh god, damn it. And he was like, no, I'm just gonna like you know, change my change my I'm just not gonna work as much. And I was like, I'm not gonna work as much. And I was like, oh, so what do you mean? He was like, yeah, I'm only gonna work like 2 days, do like volunteer work. And it's like, so he was like, I can't just sit at home and do nothing. So, on that factor, like a lot of people just can't stick around and not do anything anymore. So it's like, well, so I think the true question is like, what's retirement? It's like, I mean, honestly, if you truly think about it, it's like, what's retirement nowadays? Because not a lot of people just retire. I mean, okay, you can retire from your field, yeah, hands down, but it's like, like I said, what's retirement? I feel like it doesn't matter who it is, it's like people continuously to keep working regardless of the situation. It's like nobody really stops nowadays. It's like usually if a motherfucker stops, it's like they get old and they die, So, I don't see a lot of people just sitting at home collecting a check, not doing nothing, especially at 60, 70 years old. As much as you want to think about that's how it'll be, but I don't just see people doing that no more. Like people want to be out in society and working, and yes, maybe not working as much, but yeah, you as a young person, yeah, you can sit at home and not want to do nothing right now because it's not really going to affect you. But 60, 70 years old, nah,
Mm.
you're gonna want to be out and about and with the public to to keep you alive. Like that's just how it is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
It's like,
mean,
go ahead.
Oh, oh no, I was just gonna say like I think that's why. I mean, well, let me not say that. That's I'm not gonna say that's why, but I feel like in a way that's probably why like Social Security and shit ain't doing what it's supposed to no more because of the factor of elderly people just ain't sitting at home no more. And maybe at one point in time, yeah, they were sitting at home, chilling, relaxing, and you know, uh, having their grandkids and stuff like that, and because even if you grew up in a house that had like a big mama, it's like, what was she doing? Like she was taking care of the grandkids while the parents worked. Like that's just how it is. But you know, she was still doing something. It's like she wasn't working per se, but she wasn't just sitting at home not doing nothing. She was cooking, she was cleaning, she was, making sure the kids got to school. He was beating. It's like she was doing all of that. Like, I mean, so that's why I said, like, what's retirement? Like, other than like TV shows and movies and like, if you're talking about that retirement, but I don't know too many elderly people that I've personally known in my family or even outside of my family that just sit back and collect a check and don't do nothing. I don't know not one. So, but that's me though.
You know what? This is what I think my definition of retirement is basically the choice to do what you want without fearing the choice to do what you want without fearing the loss of your livelihood is probably the best way to put it.
Hmm.
So basically the choice is in your hand. You can do whatever you want and it doesn't affect your livelihood. So like if you want to go work a job, you can, and being quitting or being fired won't hurt you or affect your life at that point. Like you could do whatever you want at that point. So that's how I look at it. It's almost like it's like the closest thing to me to financial freedom is it's basically it's
Hmm.
that it's basically that it's just that you have the ability to choose how to live your life. If you want to work, then you can work. If you don't want to work, you don't have to work. If you want to, you can, but you now have a choice and it doesn't affect your livelihood. Like you won't be hurt. You won't be living in the street. Like if you don't work tomorrow, you won't be, you won't be put on the street. It's like that's what I feel is what retirement is, at least to me.
Hmm.
So